Hello, good morning. This is Dania, and I am back with a practically spiritual approach to ancestral veneration. So, I'm doing this because I got a comment on another video that someone said they really don't understand who and what their ancestors are. And honestly, being someone who did and did not before, I can get it, and honestly think it's very sad. I think it's sad because it's more than like it's your family, it's the family friends, it's teachers, it's all of these beautiful souls who either came before you or transitioned before you, that are still advocating for you. Just instead of having to say those prayers right here in the earthly plane, and maybe not being 100% sure if they're getting up to the source, but being there with source and saying, hey, I know what my child, my friend, my cousin, my niece, my nephew, my whoever, my former student needs in order to overcome this challenge, because I can see clearly now the haze of my physical body is gone. The haze of my ego is gone. So I can see that clearly now. It is not about worship. It's not about saying it's not a worship, it's a reverence, it's a respect, it's an honoring. It is saying, I love that you were such a prominent point in my life. Or if it's someone you don't know, I love that I inherited my gift for art from you. I love that I inherited my tenacity from you. I see the pitfalls that you hit, and I now know how to overcome them, so I can break this cycle of hitting this particular pothole in my journey. That is what ancestral veneration is about. It is about uplifting yourself, because within your blood, within your bones resides your ancestors. In all things, you are a walking altar to the divine. Whether it is an ancestral altar, whether it is an altar to God, whether it is an altar to Orisha, all of these energies are actively a part of you. They're not separate from you. The altar, the physical vessels, these things are focal points for you to focus the energy so that you can commune with it in a way that may be easier for you. But at the end of the day, these energies are a part of you. So your ancestors are your, like, if your blood ancestors, like not your the community ones, but your blood, they're part of you. They're literally a part of you. And so many of you venerate your ancestors on a regular basis when you think about your loved ones that passed on, when you send them love, when you send them like good thoughts, when you stand there and say, hey, I did this wonderful thing, I wish you could be here to see it. They are. They can see it. And it's just that simple. It's as simple as what the word means. Someone who died, who transitioned, who passed on, whatever word, they did that before you did. They did that before you did. At some point you will. So you are also a future ancestor. If you resonate with the idea that time doesn't exist, you are already somebody's ancestor. You're already somebody's ancestor. The moves you are making are influencing your descendants. Whether they are your descendants by birth, descendants because they're your nieces and your nephews, descendants because they're cousins that will be alive when you are not, you're still already doing that work. So, to simplify, ancestral veneration for yourself, regardless of if you have a connection to a tradition or not, you can venerate your ancestors because they're your family. You can keep it real simple. Every day, talk to them. Even if you don't know everybody's name, just say, for me it was peace and love to my honorable ancestors, both known and unknown to me, on all sides of my family and all planes of my existence. Real, Simple. I done hit everybody. Everybody, whether I know your name or not, boom, I'm sending you love. I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you elevation. I'm sending you honor. And then I would just sit and talk and ramble, probably about some of the most mundane things. I would just sit and I would talk. If you want to do an altar, again, think about this really simple. And you can keep it simple. Like, okay, a white cloth. A white cloth. Just a simple white cloth. You may feel called to do another color. Do you, boo? But a white cloth. A simple white cloth. You know what I started off with? A baby blanket. Because that's what I had. I had a white baby blanket. That's what I used. And if you feel like, if you have an understanding that they are sitting from the vantage point of source, they know what you got. They're not saying, oh my God, did they use such a... They see you. They see you. They know what you have. Use what you got. Water. Why the elements? Because our ancestors, when venerating their ancestors far and beyond, if they didn't have anything else, they had nature. And so what are the aspects of nature? Water, earth, fire, air, and spirit. So you have stuff on your altar to represent those things. Or have an altar outside if you're able, because that is also traditionally where it would have been, is outside and not in the house. But you have all of those things, and that's why you are yourself an altar. The breath you breathe is air. Your tenacity and your will is your fire. You are mostly water. Your flesh and bone is earth, and your essence is spirit. That is why you are also an altar. So you have your altar, whether you choose to have a physical one or not. And then you have your words. You do not have to have anyone else's prayer. The power of the word is yours. Your words. Talk to them. Period. Just talk. Just talk. Like, I hope that you know, whether you feel like they're resting peacefully, or if you envision wherever they're at as just another neighborhood with a bunch of spirits hanging out and they're just having a really great time parlaying with her. However you visualize that, just sending them peace, sending them love, and telling them about your day, telling them about your hopes and dreams. Like, you know what, I'm really trying to get this house, or you know what, I really got this test I need to pass, or you know what, there's so-and-so and I'm really feeling them. Just talk to them. Just talk to them. Real simple. Don't overcomplicate it. If you are concerned, like, what if something, you always, in all things, do protection. You put a seatbelt on when you drive the car. You lock your door in most places when you leave the house. You do certain things for protection anyway, so it's no different in spirit. Just do something for protection. Say a prayer. You don't have to have anyone else's prayer. Once again, it's a work. I pray that as I'm doing this work, as I'm sitting in meditation, as I'm doing whatever I'm doing, that whatever you resonate with is how you address your higher power, ensures that I am shielded and protected from all things that are not of my highest and greatest good, and only allows the energies of unconditional love to sit with me. Real simple. And thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Amen, Ashe, all of them, whatever you resonate with. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. What it has to be is yours. That's it. What it has to be is yours. But the notion that you shouldn't venerate your ancestors because those are evil spirits, I just really wish some of you would let that go. I really wish you would stop calling grandma evil. I really wish that you would start calling Pop evil. I really wish that you would stop calling your homeboy Jumba, that has now transitioned, has been washed, is now sitting with the source. It's like, I may not have made the best decisions in my life. I may not have made the best decisions in life. I'm not going to get into any spirits that are like disturbed. This is just simplified your practice. This is a simplified. Start off there. That's it. Do some protection and talk. Period. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it. And you're like, what about pictures and all those good things? If you decide that you want to take it there, but at this point, just simply talk. Just create space and talk. Create space and talk. And have no expectations. Create space, talk with zero expectation. Oh, it's supposed to look like this, I'm supposed to build this. No. Talk. Because at the end of the day, you may reap benefits of ancestral veneration, but it's not for you, it's for them. Ancestral veneration is about giving love and respect and gratitude to those that laid the way, to those that came before us, to those that some reason, for some reason, even if they are younger than you, were in your life for a reason. There was some reason you met them. Even if they had to leave soon, there was some reason they were a part of your being, a part of your world, a part of your orbit, and you give thanks for that connection. Anything else, I just saw yes on a car tag. Anything else is simply a bonus for you doing just something that makes you a decent person. Like, yo, I really appreciate you, Grandma, for having such a fiery personality. I appreciate the fact that you stood there for your sons and taught them to be strong and intelligent men, because what that did for me is made me only desire strong and intelligent men. And I give gratitude to you for that. Yeah. So that is my, not as short as I would have liked it, but it was exactly what I wanted it to be. Simplification of ancestor veneration. If this resonated with you, if this helped you in some way, I would appreciate it. Help me if you like this content wherever you're seeing it. If you would share it with those that you feel like it would be worthy to share with. If you are not following, subscribed, or whatever the case may be, if you would do all of those things, because it helps me to continue to grow and flourish. Thanks so much, and y'all have a beautiful weekend.